On the dividend news, we do have Johnson & Johnson, which hiked its dividend by 4.2% from $1.19 to $1.24 quarterly. This actually marks 62 years of consecutive dividend growth for J&J. They are dividend kings. We also have Travelers, which hiked its dividend for the 20th consecutive year with a 5% increase to $1.05 quarterly per share. We also have Sonico Products, which hiked its dividend by 2%. They've been raising their dividend for 42 consecutive years. The second to last one we do have, guys, is Winmark Corporation, which hiked its dividend by 12.5%. And the last one I just wanted to pull up, guys, was that a lot of analysts are saying that 3M may actually cut their dividend, and this will break the 64 years of tradition from them raising their dividend. What's up, everybody? This is Antonio here to bring you episode 235 of the portfolio update. So you guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what I bought, what I sold, what dividends came in, and then what options I placed, which ones I managed. And guys, in this episode, I will be showing you guys how I ended up acquiring 100 shares of this great ETF. You guys probably already guessed it because I always talk about it every single week or every Sunday. And I also got assigned another 100 shares from a great dividend growth company that I don't mind holding for 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. And I'm going to be going over that, and yeah, I'll be covering it. So this will actually be reflecting a lot on the dividend yield, because you guys already know here that every single Sunday we come back. This is my Google Sheets. I keep track of my projected passive income. So right now our portfolio is projected to make $608.06 in completely passive income. I have to do absolutely nothing for this, guys. Every single Sunday we come back, we see this grow. By the end of the video, I believe this one actually is going to go down this week, just because I did get assigned and I had to cover my positions, and the money I used to cover those positions were earning a 5% return. So that is okay, because in the long term I am investing in great companies that will grow and become more valuable in the long run. But yeah, by the end of the video we should see this maybe higher, but I think it's gonna be lower. But in general, the trend will be going upwards in the long term. As you guys can kind of see here on the annual dividends, we have the numbers for 2024 so far. This is the first 3 months. We're at $2,261.96 we've collected in dividends so far, almost surpassing all 12 months of 2020. So I love seeing the staircase getting larger and larger every year. It's definitely about 6 years now that I've been investing, almost, or close to 6 years, and it's very, very great. I wish I had known about this way longer, and because time is on your side. And then if we do look here on the quarterly dividends, Q4 2024 Q1, we blew it out of the water, guys. $2,261.96 for the first quarter. And you guys can see this. Probably we're going to see this decrease a little bit, but that's okay, because we're continuing to dollar cost average, continuing to reinvest the dividends. So we'll see this grow over the long term. On the options premium, for the month of April so far, we've collected about $646.70. So if we do look at the rate of return on the options, this is on my money invested, we're about 3.49%, which is just an extra income that we're getting. It's like a cherry on top, so I don't mind it. 3% for me is good. Even 1% would have been good, but if we could get to 7% by the end of the year, that would be really, really awesome. So I'm not going to complain about that there. If we do look here at the options, so far for the year, we've collected $4,235.93. So definitely just extra income. I'm actually using to buy more SEHD almost, and a couple other companies, which I'll show you when we jump over to the Schwab account what I bought. The market has been red this past week, so it presents a really great buying opportunity. You just gotta keep that in mind, that you're getting discounts, and we're gonna dollar cost average the way down. We could potentially drop another 30%. We don't know, right? But this is an opportunity to accumulate shares of these great companies. You're getting a bargain right now, so I'm going to keep doing that this coming couple weeks. I don't have a lot of cash available, but what I do, I will be using to try to accumulate, you know, even if I can't accumulate a full share, I'm gonna be buying fractional shares, and in the long term it'll pay off. So my future self will be thanking me about this. But anyways, guys, we do have here some goals that we continue to stay focused, right? So we have these goals so that we can stay disciplined, know what we want to do by the end of the year. And of course, the first one is not really related to investing, but it is related to my YouTube channel, just so I can stay focused, and that is to reach 20,000 subscribers. So if you're new to the channel or a returning viewer that hasn't subscribed, what are you guys waiting for? Subscribe with that notification. It definitely helps a lot. It's completely free. If you guys don't like the content later, you can hit the unsubscribe, but you know, it'd be sad to see you guys go. But in general, if you guys can help me with this is all up to you guys. Definitely appreciate it. Goal number 2 is to get to about $425 per month on, you know, average. Right now we're a little bit way above, and that is because, again, I have a lot of capital that I have into a mutual fund, US Treasury, that it was earning me about 5%. So that's why I don't count this one as complete, because once I actually get that money into equities, it'll be closer to maybe a 2% dividend yield. So it'll be a lot lower than 425. And if we look at the goal number 3, is to reach $126,000 invested of my own money. So far in the portfolio, I have invested $121,401.84. We are still chipping away at it. We're slowly getting to it. I think by the end of the year, we'll achieve this goal, and I'm very, very excited to see that come reality. If we do have goal number 4, that is to dollar cost average $100 into the portfolio, you know, at a minimum, no matter what the market is doing. Obviously, right now that the market has been red, that kind of signals us to buy more shares. And goal number 5 is to drip an additional $25 every time a company is going ex-dividend date. So this is just kind of forcing me to add more money into the portfolio, and obviously I would make the ex-dividend date so that the quarter when it currently pays out, I'll get a little bit more crumbs of that company, and then it drips in slowly but surely. In the long term, those little crumbs do compound much larger, and it also kind of forces me to put more money, because last year I had this same exact goal, but I was doing $100, so that was a little bit more aggressive. Obviously, if you guys are different situations, you can adjust this number to however you guys think you guys can achieve it, and you know, try to do it throughout the year. But right now, you know, I'm a little bit more tight on money, so that's why I went ahead and did 25. If next year I'm a lot better with cash, I'm going to be more aggressive with it, because I'm trying to only put money in this portfolio, money that I do not need 5 to 10 years from now. So you know, I don't put money if I'm pretty tight right now. I only try to put this for money I don't need to touch, absolutely, unless it's an emergency. Of course, I have my emergency fund, which everybody should. That's kind of what I recommend. But yeah, goal number 6 is to average about $100 per month in options. We're definitely way above this for right now, and we'll see where we end up by the end of the year. If we look at goal number 7, that is to reach 1,000 shares of SCHD, guys. We're on our way. We have a plan. We're executing. And when I jump over to Schwab, you'll see where we're at with this. So very, very excited about this. If we look at the dividend payout, you'll see that we do have 2 great companies going to be paying us out for the month of April. We have Altria and we have JP Morgan. JP Morgan gave us a raise for doing absolutely nothing, guys. Almost a 10% raise here, and it's beautiful to see a you know, just be an investor in this. As well, Costco, 13%, almost a 14% raise for doing absolutely nothing, and you gotta love Costco there. And then you'll see we have some other couple companies that will be paying, and I believe the end of May and June. So Microsoft and Starbucks. So very, very awesome. So let's go ahead and get started with the Schwab account update. As you'll see here, guys, that the portfolio has dropped in value and is at $233,202.88. definitely am not worried about this. This just means that we can buy more of our great companies at a cheaper price. The day change is at $397.99, which is about 0.17% in the green on the day change. 2-year change showing about $45,092.64, and that's about a 23.97%. So you technically, you know, this portfolio was a lot higher, you know, the past couple weeks, but now that it's lower, this is just the value that's going to continue to fluctuate over time for any new investor. As long as you don't sell, you're not going to lose money. You still own the same number of shares. They're just worth a little bit less, and you know, over the long term, if you do pick great companies, they're going to become more valuable, which means that as long as you don't sell, you're not going to lose money. You can actually accumulate more shares. And you know, I've been doing this for about five or six almost years, and you know, I'm loving it. I'm continuing to just invest and continuing to take opportunity in these red days, you know, and accumulate more shares. And it has been paying off because I've only invested about $120,000, and the portfolio value is way above that, so it's almost doubled. So you know, I'm really great that, you know, I've had these great returns, and I'm hoping to continue to stay disciplined and see this growth, you know, in the future. So we'll see what happens there. If I do show you guys here the positions, you'll see that on the gains, we're at $17,916.78, which is about a 8.36% in the green on gains. Cash balance, we are a little bit lower. I did actually buy a little bit more this past week because we did see some red. We're at $871.63. I would have actually deployed most of this capital into the portfolio, but I'm only buying a little bit slowly because we could drop more, and if we don't drop more, I can always deploy that capital anyways. But I want to make sure that we don't drop another 5 or 10%, and then I don't have capital here to deploy and buy it at that cheaper price. But you'll see here, cost basis $214,000, and if we do look here, guys, well, we have 111 shares of Microsoft. So guys, that is one of the companies that I did get assigned this past week. I had a cash secure put. If you've been following me every single Sunday, you know I've been selling cash secure puts on Microsoft. Finally got assigned on it, and you know, I'm actually happy to be a shareholder again with over 100 shares. So I'm excited about it. Definitely love that the price did drop. You know, I guess it dropped. I got assigned at $420, but price is at about $399. Definitely not worried about this. I actually bought some more shares after I got assigned 100 shares, and you'll see that Apple 221 shares, Lockheed Martin, a lot of these other couple companies I'm trying to get over 100 shares, and you'll see Nvidia as well. Nvidia had a huge drop this past week. We also have SCHD, guys. Look at this, guys. 821 shares of SHD. Yep, this is that ETF, guys, that I got assigned 100 shares. So we are at 821. We have about 179 more shares to go from SCHD, and then we will accomplish that goal of 1,000 shares. I think we'll achieve it, and we're going to continue to stay disciplined. You'll also see here that SNSXX, which is our US Treasury, we have about $20,000 still invested. This is the capital that I have invested and earning about a 5% return. So this is kind of what I use to, you know, cover my cash secure puts. And right now we have about $20,000 to play around with options still. And we're gonna see what we end up doing with this. Gonna try to, you know, make some more money, accumulate more shares of some of these great companies in my portfolio. And if we do look at the performance here, you'll see that capital gains were at $29,874.14. Man, look at this back here. If you guys go back to my updates back when we were in the red, back in September 2022, and look at this gain performance we've seen from the portfolio. We've just been staying disciplined, guys. Just continue to dollar cost average, buying the dips, and it's been paying off very good. We do have about a 14.90% in the you know, I guess in return. And then if we do look here at investment income, we're projected to make $5,445.99, which averaged out to be about $453.83. So it definitely did drop a huge amount there. For May, we're projected to make about $200.57. June, $853.07. And then July, $307.86. This did go down again because of SNSXX, which I actually pulled money from, which that was returning me a 5% return. But that's okay, because a lot of this money now is invested in equities that I do hope and I do imagine that will be more valuable later down the road. And you know, definitely we won't miss on those gains. So I'm excited about that, especially with dividend raises. And then if we look here at the history, I do have it to start all the way from the 14th of April all the way till the 20th. If we do look to the very bottom, I can kind of show you guys what we did this past week. So on the 15th of April, guys, SNSXX actually paid us $327.23. This is that 5% return. This is kind of our, you know, last amount that we'll be getting paid this much, because we did sell out about $48,000. And then you'll see here on the 17th, 18th, I deposited $100. That goal we have, dollar cost average into the portfolio at a minimum $100. And then on the 18th, I ended up buying SCHD, bought 4 shares. As I saw SCHD drop to about $75.98, bought about 4 of those, spent about $303. And then you'll see on the 18th, I also bought some Microsoft, bought a full share at $4.10. You guys can kind of see I was definitely buying when I saw Microsoft, SCHD. I saw the market pull down. I bought a full share, guys. And then again, I kept seeing Microsoft drop below $4.10. It was right around the 400. So I bought another full share at $404. I was like, man, I'm going to be scooping these up some. And you'll see that actually on the, I believe it was the 19th. So I was actually planning to roll SCHD in Microsoft. I was planning to roll these cash secure puts for next week, see what we got, you know. And obviously what I've learned with the cash secure puts, I woke up on the 19th, which was Friday morning, I woke up and saw the notification on my Schwab account that I got assigned 100 shares of SCHD, and then I also got assigned 100 shares of Microsoft. So I did not get to roll them, but I would have rolled them. So if you do plan to roll some cash secured puts, try to roll them by Thursday. So hopefully you don't wake up on Friday morning and see a notification that you got assigned or exercised your options. So that is what I plan to do next time if I do plan to roll some of these. Of course, I'm not worried that I got assigned 100 shares at Microsoft at $4.20 because I do just plan to accumulate more shares in the long term. I do believe Microsoft will be worth way more than $420 and in the long term. So I'm going to see a lot of gains from it as well. The dividend raises that they do are insane. And then right here, guys, on the 18th, we did buy some SCHD, or I guess it was the 19th. I bought, or I guess this was what we got assigned 100 shares of SCHD. Spent about $7,800. Microsoft got assigned $100. 100 shares of Microsoft cost me about $42,000. At this point, guys, when I woke up, I was in margin, and then you'll see that immediately I had to actually put a trade for SNSXX for that day. Sold 49,800 to cover those positions, and you know, that is a beautiful thing. And now I have I'm back out of margin. And then you'll see Apple, we bought actually $100. Bought about a little bit over half a share. Then we bought another $100 worth of Microsoft at about $400. Bought about 1/4 of a share. And you know, if it keeps dropping next week, we're gonna be scooping up these shares, guys. We're gonna keep doing that. Stay disciplined, and we still have about $20,000 to play around with, accumulate more shares. Of course, if we see a huge pullback, I'm gonna pull up those 20,000 and start buying shares left and right, and you know, in the long term it'll pay off. But let's go ahead and see if we made any dividends this past week, guys. So we'll go ahead and click on this calculate dividends, and this adds up all the dividends on this page, so click on it. And guys, we just made $327.23. This was from the SNSXX payment. That should probably go down by next month because we did sell out quite a bit, almost $50,000 that we sold out. And yeah, so let's go ahead and wrap up this video, guys, by jumping over to the Google Sheets so we can see how much we grew or decreased the projected passive income on the portfolio. All right, guys, so we're here at the dashboard. You'll see here that I actually already have a copy of this over here, so we can kind of see how much we grew or decreased the value of the projected dividend income. Again, on the options premium for April, we're still doing pretty good, around $600 that we've made. And then on the rate of return, a 3.49%, can't complain on that. And then the past 2 weeks, or I guess past 3 weeks in April, we've only made $646.70, which I'm okay with that. Anything extra besides $0 is a win for me. And then if we do look here at the dividend payout, we do have about what is this, row 41. We can kind of click on this portfolio tools, get latest dividends. This will get wiped. It'll actually go out and see in my portfolio if any other companies announced dividends this past week. So we'll give it a second or two, and looks like there's actually nothing. We are actually going ex dividend date on Costco, so this coming week. So I'll be buying a $25 worth of Costco this week, plus my $100, because you know these goals we do have. And then we have a couple other ex dividend dates in May, and you'll see this is the ordered by pay date. So we'll be getting paid towards the end of April for Altria and JP Morgan. But let's go ahead and jump over here to settings. We'll go ahead and get rid of this, and let's jump over to Empower so we can grab the latest version of my portfolio from this past week that contains all the purchases. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, guys, so we're here at Empower on my Schwab account. Click on this copy holdings. This actually copies the content of my portfolio into the clipboard, which then we can right click, paste special values only. And now we have the latest version of my portfolio. This is an old snapshot. Once you go here to portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings, this will get wiped. It'll parse out the new stuff we just pasted. I do have tutorials for all this stuff, guys. It's available for free. Just drop a big thumbs up on my video. Make sure you're subscribed with that notification. That's all I ask, and I definitely appreciate it if you do. Let's go ahead and click update portfolio holdings. Click on it, give it a second or two, and there it goes, guys. It's calculating, and we're gonna see that huge decrease in value. And guys, we're projected dividend yield 2.25% compared to 3.08%. Yield on cost 2.44% compared to 3.42%. So you'll see a huge drop here. On the yearly, we dropped huge to $5,238 compared to $7,296. And guys, on the projected monthly income, we dropped a huge amount. So we're now projected to make $436.55 compared to $608.06. And this is more realistic now with the value in the portfolio on how much is projected to make, because with the US Treasury, if you know, the Fed does cut rates, this would affect it. With the others, once you're invested in equities, as long as they don't cut their dividend, which in my case, I'm invested in really great companies, they typically just raise their dividends. So we would see this grow over the long term. And you'll see on the weekly, we're projected $100.74 compared to $140.32. So we dropped about $40 on the day, $14.35 compared to $19.99. And on the hourly, we're only making 60 cents now compared to 83 cents every single hour. And then guys, on the hourly work wage, this is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week, they would get paid an hourly rate of $2.52 compared to last week, $3.51. I guess they did such a bad job there, but we'll eventually try to get this to minimum wage. That'll be a huge milestone. We'll see how long that takes, and I definitely can't wait till we achieve it. But this is actually all I have for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe with the notification. Help me reach that 20,000 subscriber mark. Definitely would appreciate it if you guys drop a big thumbs up on the video. Helps out a lot. And if you stuck all the way to the end, go ahead and let me know by dropping a hashtag MSFT Microsoft, guys, because I did get assigned 100 shares. We will see what happens. I'm very excited to be back into Microsoft again, and if it keeps dropping, I'm going to be accumulating more shares, and you know, we'll see in the long term how it plays out. So I can't wait to see those gains, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye, guys.